Divide with variables. Exponents are just repeated multiplication. Therefore, you may want to expand the exponents by writing them out. So let's look at the first example. So we're going to solve for 4r over 7 divided by r squared over 2. So let's go ahead. So what we're going to do, we can write the first fraction. Then we're going to change the sign, right? So this is going to become multiplication. And then we're going to take the reciprocal of the second fraction. So we're going to put it over. So we have r squared. So we can just go ahead and go write r. And then we have a 2 on the top now, because we took the reciprocal. And now let's go see if we can divide out before we even go ahead and multiply, right? So notice we have an r here and an r here. So let's go ahead and cross those out, right? It's just like there are common factors between them. And so we can just go ahead and just write it. Just remove it before we even multiply, because r over r is just equal to 1. So it makes it a little bit easier. So now we're going to multiply the top together, and then we'll multiply the bottom together. So what do we end up with? We have 4 times 2 then, because we don't have the r anymore. And then we have 7 times r, so that's just 7r. And then we have it reduced, so that would be our solution. Now let's do another example. Example 2, we're going to solve for the following. We have 28 RT over 4 divided by 16t squared r to the third over 10. So, right, we have division, so let's go ahead and make it multiplication because it's so much easier. Right, so we have 28 RT over 4. We're going to change this to multiplication. Then we're taking the reciprocal of this number, or this fraction. So we have 16, and then we have t times t, and then we have 3r. So let's go ahead and just expand it out. Then we're just going to put the 10 on the top. Now let's look for things we can cross out. So notice we have an r here and an r here. Let's cross those out. We have a t here and a t here. Let's cross those out. Now let's look at the numbers. So notice we have 28 and we have 16. Well, these are both even. So let's go ahead and just divide by 2. So this is 14 now. And now this is 8. But notice we can keep going because this is still even. So divide by 2 again. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then 14 divided by 2 is 7. So notice we did it twice. And that works. You don't have to you could take out a whole 4 out of each one. Right, you can just, instead of dividing by 4, you can just go 2 and then another 2. Now let's look at this 4 and this 10. Let's go ahead and also divide by 2 on both of those. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now we have reduced this. We can't do any more. So let's go ahead and now multiply. And by reduced, I mean we crossed out common factors, right? So here we have these numbers we're going to multiply. We don't have any more variables to multiply because we took those all out. So we only have 7 times 5 on the top. And then on the bottom we have this 2, this 4, t, and then r, and r. So let's go ahead and now write this all out. So, and by writing it out, let's multiply. So 7 times 5, 35. So that's on the top. And then on the bottom we have 2 times 4. So we only multiply, write the numbers. So that's 8. Then we have t. And we have 2r. So we're just going to go r squared. And this is reduced. So this would be our solution.